Hello, in this video I'll demonstrate how to configure an interface with an IP address on Cisco routers. So I've built a lab that consists of 4 routers. I'll only be assigning the addresses on router 1 and router 2 interfaces. So I have here the IP addresses that I'll be using. You can take a moment to pause the video and make a note of the addresses. So first I'll go to router 1 and I'll go to config T. That will take me into configuration mode, and I'll have to go to the interface that I need to configure the IP address. So the IP address that I'll be configuring on this interface, I'll be working on interface GI01 that is connected to GI01 on router 2. So I have to get into the interface GI0/1, and here's where I issue the IP address. So the command is IP address, and then you input the address that you want to put in with the subnet mask. And this is a /30 subnet, which means that the IP address, the subnet mask will be 255.255.255.252, and enter. Now by default the interfaces on the Cisco router is in a down state, so assigning the IP address will not activate the interface, so you will have to issue the command no shutdown, or no shut for short, to bring the interface up. Now the state changed to up. I can run a command now, which is show IP interface brief, and this shows me that gigabit 01 has been configured an IP address and it is in the up state, but the protocol is down. The reason why the protocol shows down is the interface that is connecting to the other router is in a down state, so no communication can pass between the two routers unless both of them are in the up state. Now look at gigabit 00. There's no IP address assigned to it because I haven't assigned any IP address, but it is administratively down. So I'll run the same commands on gigabit 00. And I'll give it an IP address, and according to my IP address it is 10.1.1.9, and it is the same subnet mask as I used in the other interface, and the same command of no shut. Now if I run the command do show IP interface brief, I can now see that gigabit 00 has been assigned with the IP address of 10.1.1.9, and gigabit 01 has been assigned with IP address of 10.1.1.1, and they're both in a /30 subnet. Now I'll go over to my other router 2, and issue the same command, accepting that I'll use different IP addresses. Okay, so I'm over on the other router 2, and I'm gonna go ahead and configure the IP addressing on the interfaces. So the first interface that I'll do is GI0/1 or gigabit 01, and the IP address must be in the same subnet corresponding to the interface on the other router that makes a direct connection to router 2. And of course we have to use the similar subnet mask. Like I said, the interfaces of the two routers connecting must be in the same subnet. So that's my IP address, and the command that I'll issue is no-shut. Now I want to bring something to your attention here. You can see that the red signifies that the router interfaces are still in a down state, meaning that they're not sending packets. So once I turn the interface up on the second router, and both interfaces on each side is in up state, and they can communicate, the interface will change to green, and that's exactly what we want to see. Green interfaces indicating that the interfaces are up and the routers can communicate. So the command to bring the interfaces up again is the no-shut command. No-shut is just short for no shutdown. If I hit tab, it will fill the rest of the word in. Here the interface is set to change to up, and I can see straight away that gigabit 01 on router 1 and gigabit 01 on router 2 is now green. That indicates that they're both up, they can communicate. I'm going to run the command that I did before. So do show IP interface brief, and let me expand this a little bit. Now you can see that with gigabit 01 IP address of 10.112 has been assigned to it, and now I have a status of up and the protocol is up. So if I'm to ping my neighbor, do ping, and my neighbor IP address is 10.111, I should get a reply from the other end. And here's my reply. I'm missing the first reply because of ARP. If I repeat the command, I should get all hits. So that completes the configuration on GI01. I'll go ahead and assign the IP address now to gigabit 00. And the IP address that I'll be assigning here is 10.115, and subnet mask is the same, /30 subnet, enter, and no show. Now if I repeat the command IP interface brief, now gigabit 00 has been assigned the IP address of 10.115. The state is up but the protocol is down, and that is because router 2 GI00 interface is connecting to router 3, and router 3 has not been configured. So I've successfully enabled the interface in the up state and assigned IP addresses to both router 1 and router 2, and I can successfully communicate between the two routers. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please remember to click on the thumbs up button to like it, and subscribe to my channel for more videos.